Revelation 2391. From the 2nd of July 1942. Help in spiritual distress, greatest work of love for the neighbor. This is the most important commandment of neighborly love, that you should not leave your fellow human beings in their misery of the soul. All earthly hardships come to an end and are therefore not to be taken so seriously. But the hardship of the soul remains, even if the human being ends his earthly life, if he does not try to remedy it on earth. And where his own strength is not sufficient for this, you should helpfully stand by his side, otherwise you will not feel love in your heart and thus not fulfill the divine commandment of neighborly love. For such a soul is weakened and unable to muster the strength for self-redemption. It is dark and lightless, it is ignorant and unfree. And you should change this state into a knowing, light-filled and free one. And therefore you have to instruct these people, you have to give them a clear picture of how they should take their earthly path, you have to introduce them to the same knowledge which makes you happy and which you have already absorbed. The immersion in the spiritual gifts directly supplied to you by God must make every soul happy, and conversely, an unhappy state will mean spiritual hardship for the soul because there is no light and brightness in the human being. And thus, if the fellow human being languishes in spiritual darkness, you will be doing the greatest work of love if you show him ways and means to banish this darkness. Souls in need do not have the strength to approach the light, therefore the human being has to carry the light towards them. He must venture into the darkest areas in order to illuminate them with his light. For light is also a benefit for those still completely ignorant beings, and light remedies the soul's adversity. Thus people must be offered wisdom so that they will become knowledgeable and receive light and strength. This is the only possibility to help the soul to mature as long as it stays on earth. Admittedly, the human being feels little when the soul is in distress, for he focuses more on the body's needs and is content if he can fulfill them. And because he does not feel the soul's need, he does nothing to help it. But the person who strives for spiritual good knows about the hardship of the souls in the beyond and about the shortcoming of their state of maturity, and he should use his knowledge and help the erring person by lovingly trying to persuade him to likewise strive for spiritual good and by making him aware of the worthlessness of earthly goods. The care for the soul of the fellow human being is the true exercise of neighborly love, for it can save the soul from eternal ruin. And if the human being asks for strength for this work of love, he will never make a wrong request. He will receive strength to the same extent as he wants to use it for the salvation of the souls. Amen.